everybody, it's Kelly. I'm bringing you another layout today with photos for my nephew's wedding. And I'm doing just a tiny little bit of trimming there to get the photos even because they weren't completely evened yet. I'm going to mat them on that tissue paper there. And that tissue paper is the tissue paper that you get when you order from Paper Issues. It's what she packs it in. So I love it, and I've used quite a bit of it in both their albums and in both my nephew's albums, this album it being one of them, and in now my own album. It's just such an easy little touch of something and a different texture, which I think is nice because when your scrapbook pages have different textures, they're much more interesting. So they took these really quick photos at the table, which was really fun. So that's what this is all about. All right, so I am deciding there that I'm going to use that black and white polka dot paper, and that it has just a really scattered black dot, and that is from the Paper Studio by Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to mat that on that diagonal stripe paper, that gold diagonal stripe, and that is from the Die Cuts with the View Garment District 12 by 12 pad. So that is a couple years old, the pad. I don't know if they still make that any longer. And just because these papers are a little bit thinner, not the garment, well, the Garment District is a little bit thinner, but that polka dot is actually pretty thin. And then I went and I found that Fleur de Lis paper, which is from Bella Boulevard. Now, I don't know what collection and what the name is. It was a scrap. So that's what I'm using. And then I'm going to go to my die cuts from the Simple Stories Story of Us collection. And that is where that frame is going to come from. And again, it's the Simple Story of Us. And the die cut packs with that manufacturer called Bits and Pieces. So then I'm kind of looking at other things that I can use here. And I like that camera. That is a sticker, and it's from the Story of Us Expressions cardstock stickers. Actually, that's not true. I'm sorry. It's from the Story of Us Fundamental cardstock stickers. There's two different sticker sheets with that collection. So the more like icons and that kind of stuff tend to be from the fundamentals, and then alphabets and words stickers and that kind of stuff tend to be from the expression. So I'll try to remember to kind of note which is which. So I cut that frame in half after I trimmed off the yellow paper there, and I'm going to put it on both sides because I'm not going to use it for journaling. I'm not really going to journal on this. So I stick the camera up there, and that again is from the Fundamentals cardstock stickers, and I don't really love it. So now I'm kind of thinking, okay, let me see if I can move it out a little bit here. Part of what I don't love about it is it's kind of sticking out, and it doesn't look like it's anchored to or balancing on anything. So that is going to be a recurring issue for me throughout a bit of this layout at least. So then I find that sticker there, and that is from a Maggie Holmes collection. And I didn't write it down. I think I don't honestly remember which one that was from. I think it's might be Style Board actually, and that sticker says hello. Then I take this typewriter sticker, and that came from the Fundamentals cardstock stickers from the Story of Us. And now I'm just kind of looking at spacing. And then that ampersand also came from the Fundamentals cardstock stickers there. So now I have like 3 areas of embellishment. And I find these butterflies from the Fundamentals cardstock stickers, or this one butterfly to start out with. And I like the idea of adding that in. And then I also like the idea of adding another one. So now I have 3 butterflies. Now I will tell you, before I put that butterfly in that cluster there, I thought that this layout was just going to be a disaster because it just didn't feel balanced with me. And as often happens, if you feel like your layout is a disaster, add more. Because I like it here, but I'm really going to like it in a little bit. So I'm starting to see that, okay, maybe I won't have a complete and total disaster on my hand because now my camera has something to rest on. And the typewriter too looked a little funny, like it didn't have anything to rest on. But once I put that butterfly there, it started to look more like a cluster to me. So then what I'm doing is I'm putting little bits of foam tape behind the upper wings of that sticker, and that's just to kind of help them stay off the page a little bit, just to give them a little bit of dimension. You know, that way then they won't completely flatten out in the page protector once I put it in there. So like I said, I'm still going, okay, I'm liking it better, but I might have a disaster here. Which it wasn't truly a disaster, but silly me. Okay, so now I'm just adding just a little bit more because I knew I hadn't done the foam tape behind something. I just didn't remember what it was. I just need a little bit more for that one wing there. Okay, so now I have those down. I'm just getting things glued down a little bit more securely here so they don't come up on me. I'm someone who I don't like to put tons and tons of adhesive, but I tend to like my edges glued down versus some people actually like them up. You know, that just is a personal preference, I think. So now I'm thinking about titles here, and I decided to call it Photo Op, and I just took the gold alpha stickers from the Story of Us, Simple Story of Us collection, and again, that's the Expressions cardstock sheet there. And I just like how they blend in, and you're seeing the alphas there and some of the extra little word strips and that kind of stuff. So I ended up with 2 of these sheets when I was doing these wedding albums. So I have plenty of alphas because I really haven't used many. All right, so I'm just gonna, again, I'm calling it Photo Op. And then because I wanted the spacing to be a little bit different, I am going to add an exclamation point after that. Plus everyone's so enthusiastic about that. Not going to do that right now. First I found that little heart tab there, and I added up into that little cluster with the typewriter. I really like how that works up there. And it gives a third element really in that cluster. And then here I go with adding my exclamation point there. Now, before I forget this, at the end of this layout, and when I was cleaning up, I found the gold enamel dots that I want to use, and there's the word strips that I'm using from the Maggie Holmes, and like I said, I think it's Style Board. But anyway, I realized I didn't add gold enamel dots, so I did put some glitter enamel dots in each of the clusters, so make sure you kind of look for that. I found that word strip there that I added to that right side cluster that says cutie. And then I found another word strip from that Expressions cardstock stickers that says perfect. And now because the other clusters are getting a little bit bigger, I want to add something to those as well. So I'm going to look for the right element, and I'm trying to do it with a heart, but I'm not liking these hearts, and that's from a Kaiser Craft collection. They're a little wonky shaped, and I don't know, that just wasn't thrilling me. Plus they're kind of a brighter gold, and the gold I have on there is really that more subdued gold of the photo app. Although that's not true, because now I think about it, I have the word strips there. I don't know, something about that I didn't like. But I did find that circle that says a perfect day and added that in. So here is my still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye!